Rabbi, my wife asked me, what's the earliest I could pray Shahri? I said, I don't know, because it's Tefillin, she sees
it's a very.
maybe she doesn't have too early, I don't know.
To ensure you.
Her.
Halot HaShachar.
Halot HaShachar, which is the same.
Which is done, which is approximately 6 שעה ורבע לפני.
שעות זמניות?
שעות זמניות, yeah.
Whenever.
Always showers. So, and Tefillin is what?
Approximately 15 by Sfaradim, but 15 minutes later.
What is it called in Hebrew?
לא קוראים לזה, זה נקרא the earliest time.
It's called B'di'avad.
No.
It's not bediavad. He's asking you, when is the earliest time for Talet Tefillin?
Yeah, but they've been telling us we praying B'di'avad because we prayed before sunrise.
No.
Everyone here is bediavad. This is not the issue. He's asking now Tefillin. When is the earliest for Tefillin?
It's not a Hebrew phrase. Halot HaShachar.
6:14.
There's a phrase, נכון. זה מי שיכיר.
It's not Halot HaShachar. It's not.
6:14.
It's Hamas.
So, Rabbi, the problem I
It's
have
a phrase.
is that Ahot Shah, when is it? We have the book, Magen Avraham has one time. The thing is, it's not even a 5 minutes, it's like a 15-minute difference between the website, the Shadetzion website, and the Magen Avraham.
Larry, that's 6:14. This is what we do.
Halot HaShachar today is 5:42 and 33 seconds.
One sunrise.
5:42.
7 something.
Sunrise is 7:05 and 17 seconds.
Jojo, here, look.
I know what you're talking
So
about.
why is it Magen Avraham 20 minutes later?
5:42.
Opens Siman Reisha and Gimel.
Rabbi,
I'll give it an example. This morning,
יותר משעה וחומר.
אבל זה באמת יותר, יש שתי עלות השחר, עלות השחר באסטרונומיקל, לעלות השחר הנראה, כך קוראים לזה. תמיד, האשכנזים והספרדים, I'll be good tomorrow at the calendar.
What's Siman, Rabbi Prague?
Reisha and Gimel, Reisha and Gimel. Then we'll go to Reisha and Aleph.
You want to see the halacha today about putting on Ashkenaz tefillin? Rabbi Manta, not.
Did anybody hear how Ronnie's feeling?
oh,
I forgot to call him
I have to make
yesterday.
an announcement. Today's classes is donated by Mr. Ronnie Towell, Eloi Nishmat, in memory of Mr. Joe Esses. Let me give you the Hebrew name.
This is his father.
That's his father. Yosef Ben Rachel.
Yosef Ben Rachel. Lucas, Reisha and Gimel Sif Dalet.
Rabbi, he's asking the Ashkenaz. Am I allowed to wear Ashkenaz CC?
Instead of Sephardim, we better watch Sephardim. Today is a different story.
Yo, oh boy, is it a different story. I heard that, but I saw him write it. It's not easy to say a bracha on it, and then we don't start later, then say it with the bracha.
What's the difference? No, but this is every time. Let's say if I was on vacation or I missed my tefillin and I borrowed from someone, and I come home later, I put tefillin again. Because my tefillin, I know.
Okay, but he says goes for they'll say bracha. He says it's according to
The way what's written in order.
Look a second, Siman Reisha and Gimel Sif Dalet. Now please, I'm just giving you an introduction before we start. In general, this is a good example. In general, the example of tefillin is good.
So you're feeling like ours, or is it like what he's talking about with the satum and all that?
No. We have
It says not all
the way the
Ashkenaz are the same.
Parshiyot, the Sfaradim are the same as yours. Very similar.
So you mean the
Chassidim. Look at Siman Reisha and Gimel Sif Dalet. Now remember, I'm going to show you halacha that the Sfaradim, even though Maran openly says it, no one, remember, people like to wave over it. You see, if the minhag is against Maran,
Yeah.
I never knew, he just showed it.
What?
The cement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that I would know it anyway. I wouldn't know.
No, he's right. Siman Reish Ayin, instead of Rais, Ayin Reish. אותו דבר. ריש צדיק חטא, instead of רצח. So it shows you that we pay attention to what you say. We don't. It's consistent. Of course. The same as by Aliyot, you have to stop in a pasuk that has a positive tone. Yeah. אותו דבר. Look a second and see if that. Listen carefully, but listen carefully. יכול אדם לקדש לאחרים, אף על פי שאינו אוכל עמהם. ולדידו, הווה מקום סעודה. A classic example. My mother-in-law, Shalom, lived under us. Yes, I already finished my meal. Okay, I can go down and say kiddush for her. I'm not drinking. I'm not. Okay.
She's gonna drink.
ואף על גב, someone has to drink. ואף על גב לברכת היין, אינו יכול להוציא אחרים אם אינו נהנה עמהם. We spoke a million times about it. I cannot make shakol on coffee of a Russian Jew because he's not commanded to drink the coffee. So making borei pri agafen is like a shakol. No. כיוון דהי בורא פרי agafen הוא חובה לקידוש, כקידוש היום דן. Okay, so this is the Gemara in Masechet Rosh Hashanah. Since Kiddush, it's a Kiddush. Since Kiddush was established as Kiddush al Hayayin, so therefore the Borei Pri Hagafen is like the Kiddush, the same way that the main bracha of the Kiddush I can say for them, because this is Arvut, fine.
It's not Nehenin anymore.
It's not Nehenin, exactly.
This is the point. This is the point. Good.
So not even a drop, zero.
ויכול להוציאם, אף על פי שאינו נהנה. Even though I'm not drinking for that wine, as long as the person I'm making kiddush for, or if it's a group of people, someone there is drinking it, it's fine. Let's skip a minute the Rama for a reason, we'll come back to the Rama. והוא, here Sammy לא שמעת את זה אף פעם, look at the fourth line now, מרן, והוא, שאינם יודעים. תראה מה פירוש המילים האלה?
No.
The only time I can make kiddush for this, certain family, exactly. You or your wife and your kids and everyone really knows how to do it. Says Maran, if I'm making it for myself and you, fine with Shomea Keoleh. If I was Yotze already, remember Friday night, I'm going to a family across. I can make it for them. Says Maran, only they cannot, they don't know how to really do it. אף אחד לא יודע מזה, but this is Maran. No one follows it.
Wow.
You realize it? Yeah. This is the shita of the which means that Sammy, which means when did the rabbis establish that I use my power of arvut? Arvut means if you are obligated and you cannot do it. If you can do it, I'm not obligated. Why should I make it use for you? Remember, what is the idea of Kol Yisrael Arabim Sebazeh? Every Jew is commanded to do a mitzvah. Yes, my obligation is to assist him if he's obligated. If he himself can do it, remember, I'm not chayav. Friday night, let's take last Friday night. Friday night we made kiddush about 6:15. By approximately 8:30, the meal is over. Okay, a kid comes from the course. My mother says, "Can you please come make kiddush for us?" The real answer is no. Because I went, I wouldn't. We'll see in a minute. The logic is a very strong logic. I am not chayav in kiddush for last Shabbat anymore after I finish my meal. I'm not chayav. The same as by shofar. After you listen to shofar, you're not chayav in shofar. The answer is, my obligation to every Jewish person says I'm still chayav as long as there is a Jew that cannot do it. But if he can do it, why should they do it for him? I'm not chayav.
Right. But the kid don't know and the mother doesn't know. But they know enough to ask.
Everyone in our generation, everyone in our generation that came out from our system knows how to pick up a siddur.
Yeah, but it's harder. They can't.
They used to the fall and seeing it, the fall is not around anymore.
Don't worry. So look at the Mishnah.
But wait a minute. Let's say the woman across the street, God forbid, is a widow, and and you finished your meal, and if she's allowed to make kiddush for her.
I told you halakha l'maaseh, of course you can do it. I just want to.
No, I'm asking different. I'm asking, why is she calling you? Let her make kiddush for herself.
She should do it
Doesn't
herself.
know how.
That's the question.
But I'm saying, yeah, right, but we're talking about today that like Rabbi Prague, many people know how to make kiddush. Let's say I'm only asking hypothetically.
Point out what we do is right, and I would do it 100 times, even if everyone knows how to do it. But Maran says not to do it. Nikuda. I'm explaining you the logic. The logic is very strong. Because the idea of Arvut is my obligation is to assist someone that cannot do it. Even though I'm not obligated, I'm still obligated. Look at the Mishnah Berurah Chaf. Look at the Mishnah Berurah Chaf. והוא שאינם יודעים, והוא שאינם יודעים, ואם יודעים לקדש בעצמם, אינו יכול להוציאה בקידוש שלו, אם אינו יוצאה בעצמו. If I'm doing it for myself, so I'm making myself, I'm not doing it for you. והפרי חדש, which is, remember, this is 100 years after Maran in Egypt. בסימן תקפ"ה, which is הלכות שופר, חולק. הוא סביר עלי, ובכל גבני יכול להוציאם. ובספר ארצות החיים, which is 200 years later, in Europe, this is the מלבים. ארצות החיים is the מלבים. ספר ארצות החיים, סימן ח', מסיק is מסקנה, concludes, המדינה יכול להוציא בכל גבני. So the reason why Sephardic and Ashkenazis do it all the time is exactly for that reason. We follow the Bri Chadash, finish. It is called this, the Shita Chashuva Mochi.
Now you said it's a little more complicated when you did before, you're doing it before you ate, and you want to get in your car, and then you want to get in your car and drive home.
But still I'm doing it for them, only for them.
Right, so you have to have
I
big
make kiddush
Havana.
my mother before I make kiddush myself.
Whatever you do is good because
So you want to make sure, but the question is, when you're not accepting Shabbat.
I do accept.
Now
Shabbat.
look further, Rani. Look further, Rani, the Mishnah Berurah. Now look, yes.
Is it a person who meaning he had to use in the hospital with somebody and he had to go home?
Than he does.
So then, of course, the other one should do it. But if you do it halachically right, do it. Look. רק לכתחילה, המצווה שיקדש בעצמו כיוון שהוא בקיא. I mean, remember, this is part of the system, so it's good. But you never ever thought that someone will make a shaliach to be mekadesh a woman. The soldier is in the army. He gave the ring to a friend, says, go to your woman who are dating, tonight is the date of our wedding, I'm going to come with you. You can make a shaliach. הרי את מקודשת לראובן, in front of two witnesses. And you make the same berachot as the rabbi.
He makes sure the woman's on a rock.
No, he gives it to the woman on behalf of
Shaliach, who makes the berakah?
the shaliach.
Shaliach.
The husband is not present. A pidyon ben is the same. You can redeem someone's child if the baby is not there. You can make a brit milah to a baby if the father is not there. But remember, we never ever associate a brit milah or a marriage. Avital Shiransky, remember Shiransky? Avital Shiransky was an Israeli woman, fell in love with Mr. Shiransky. He was in jail when she got married to him.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Shaliach, they got married. When he came out, they were fully married. The concept is the same concept, yes? Here, look further. The Isha Almana,
Wait a minute, where are you reading now? Where are you reading?
No, I'm continuing with the Mishnah Berurah.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said you were going to the Mishnah Berurah somewhere.
The Isha Almana, I'm still in Mishnah Berurah. The Isha Almana, שאינה יודעת, please listen good, בעצמה איך לקדש. Yes? לא תוכל להיכנס בבית אחר לשמוע קידוש, כיוון שאינה סועדת שם כלל. It is? Meaning my neighborhood, it happens. A widow.
There's no chidush. You already told me.
He's saying. She says, okay, I'm going to listen to Sammy Sutton making kiddush for his family, which is fine. But she has to eat something. This is what he said. The woman cannot walk in just to eat the kiddush. However, my next door neighbor, if I leave the window open and I tell her, yes, I have you in mind, listen, she's yotzeh, then she's going to wash and eat her meal.
Just a little sip of wine, Rabbi, did she cover it?
Doesn't have
Yeah.
to go wine.
She has to,
No,
she has
but
to eat.
that-
She has to, she has to eat.
Cookie, a cookie or something.
The cookie is good if you're on a diet. You have to eat a kazayit bread.
Rabbi Krag?
Oh, no,
he's
my
not
yom
saying
kak
that,
is
he's
enough. I
saying
like it.
that.
Okay. Yes, okay, yeah.
What is the ration? We all know what Kiddush b'makom suda is, but is there a rationale why that the rule is Kiddush b'makom suda? What's the underlying rationale of, if there is one?
You learn it from a pasuk, but in a second.
Okay,
Ron's Sivara is stronger than the Perashat.
Was 100%. If you really understand Arvut, Maran is
Maran is right.
100%.
What's the Perashat? Where's the Perashat?
Okay,
They were just doing it. He is saying they were just doing it. He's material what the people were doing.
Okay, no,
He has no
He's
Sivara.
bullying.
בסברה מרן is 100%. תקשיב טוב, ערבות means,
He's חולק על מרן. Where's the Sivara?
I give you half an hour שיעור, תראה שמרן is 101% right, of course.
But
זאת אומרת, no, but you have to, it's insane, most likely people did it anyway, so פרי חדש, went to, here, look a second, Larry, look a second. כתבו הגאונים, עד אין קידוש אלא במקום סעודה, סעיף ה' בשולחן ערוך. אפילו אחר דבר מועט, או שאתה יין שחביב עליו אליי, יצא ידי קידוש במקום סעודה. Yes? וגומר סעודתו במקום אחר. So Friday night we never use it because normally you eat. שבת בדווקא אכל לחם או שאתה יין, אבל אחר פירות. Now he's raising a question you never dreamed about.
או שאתה יין.
שאתה יין.
רק יין.
נכון, אבל additional drink.
רק יין.
כן, כן, רק יין. יין נחשב כקוקי. יין סועד בגוף כמו. In a minute, I'll show you, say in a minute. ולפי זה, listen carefully now, ולפי זה, היה מותר למוהל ולסנדק לשתות, סמי, בכוס של מילה בשבת בשחרית, אם, סמי, שותים כשרות. I was honored few times when the Brit Milah was in Shabbat morning. Listen carefully now. I'm holding the cup, remember, this is after Musaf, בבית הכנסת. ברוך אתה השם בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה השם אשר קידש ידיד, yes? Normally, look at the regular Brit Milah Eli Bayur, you take a sip. On Shabbat, a sip wouldn't help you.
you have to have 3 ounces. You have to have the suda.
This is what he says. He says, when I made the bracha on Shabbat morning, either I made sure that there are few cookies waiting for me,
3 ounces.
or I finished the cup.
Right, I meant an ounce of cookies or 3
But
ounces.
you understand what I'm saying?
of grape juice.
And the regular Brit Milah said, if you go, whoever made the Borah Pri HaGefen, takes a sip. Sip. Shabbat morning, a sip is not good because you didn't make a douche yet.
But if you did, you'd have no problem.
So he says, if you are,
I said you paid for
well,
it.
you have to drink it, but no, normally I became aware of this halakha. I became aware of this halakha when Rabbi Zimmerman, the old Rabbi Zimmerman, was the Moel, and he says to me, remember, to make me the bracha, make sure you drink our Amar. This is the
The
Rambam.
bottom line is you need to be able to say man shalosh afterwards. You need
This is
bracha
it.
for now
This is
on the
it.
wine or the cookies.
Correct. Now go back to the Ramah. This is fascinating. Good. Go back to Seif, to Reish Ayel Gimal Seif.
What is the last 3 words? Abad nahagu litel l'tinok.
Oh, that's
Why
what
you
I
telling me
mean.
that? Nothing to do with halakha.
Because most people never drink the full cup. He says the reality is that by Brit Milah on Shabbat morning, you give the Tinok 2 drops, and this is the Borah Pri HaGefen covers him. Nahagu,
Meaning you're not chayav anymore.
no, not Chayav. I'm Chayav, but since most people like me don't drink the amount, you give it to the Tinok. And this is
Why
it.
should that help you? Why should your
That's what I'm
bracha on a
saying.
tinok that doesn't know anything?
But-
Why should your bracha mean anything to the tinok, especially when you wouldn't normally make the bracha of the tinok?
Maybe on Sunday, you need a half an hour. Right, the first day, this is a good
How does that
example.
help me? I mean,
Shulchan Aruch says, what happens if you have a Brit Milah on Yom Kippur?
Right.
Chot Tisha B'Av. So Shulchan Aruch says, in Chot Tisha B'Av, if the mother is not fasting,
Give
give her the wine, someone has to drink it. If not, let the tino drink a little bit. No.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking, what is that?
So the answer is, but you have to go to the Gemara and Eruvin.
Okay.
The only reason we have to drink the cup is because it's a busha. You're making a bracha, no one drinks, yes?
Not
So
bracha, but
as long as someone drinks,
Don't make the bed
it should not sin.
Oh, it's for the cup.
For the cup, this is the whole idea. The whole idea.
Okay, cup.
No, he's right, for the cup. Go back now to Reish Ayin Gimel, this where we started today. Let's read to Shulchan Aruch and the Rama again, just to have the context of the Rama.
Dalit, we're going to.
No, below the Slicha, Seif Dalet, yes, Seif Dalet. Reish Ayin Gimel Seif Dalet. Listen carefully. Again, יכול האדם לקדש לאחרים, אף על פי שאינו אוכל עמהם. Why? להגיד הוא הווה מקום סעודה, fine, right? ואף אגב לברכת היין, normally אינו יכול להוציא אחרים, כיוון דהי בורא פרי הגפן הוא חובה לקידוש, כקידוש היום. Comes the Rama, Sam, the Rama. And if I would, we have it here, bring the two. Says the Rama, ואפילו בקידוש של יום בשחרית, מותר לעשות כן.
It's just surprising, you're only saying a bracha, so you would think it's neheni, but it's not, still not neheni, it's very.
I'm not understanding this.
What?
I'm missing this.
I'm going to
I forgot the Birchat Hayayin, Eino Yachol Latzia Cherim, Eino Nenem. So
asking if me and you were sitting in the restaurant, and you tell me, I'm not drinking the wine you drink, I cannot say Borei Pri Hagefn to you. Why? You're not obligated to drink on a Thursday night wine, correct?
but let's go back to Friday night.
He is talking about Friday night.
I know, but I'm not. But what is he saying? Where's the neheneh? Im eino neheneh in my head.
If I'm not drinking, if I'm with you tonight in a restaurant, this is good. I cannot say Borei Pri Hagefn to you.
This I know.
I drink. So how can I make Friday night kiddush for my neighbor if I'm not drinking from the wine? The Borei Pri Hagefn is Birkat HaNehenin. The answer is the Borei Pri Hagefn is part of the package called kiddush. And since the kiddush is an obligation of my neighbor, the Borei Pri Hagefn is part of the kiddush. Open the two. Siman Reish Ayin.
Of course, during the day, there's no package. There's no package during the day.
אז אתה לא שומע את זה, since חכמים established קידוש על היין, so קידוש על היין is not only the main bracha, the Borei Pri Hagefn is part of the kiddush. This is the way we look. It's a Gemara. The Gemara is open in the Tur. Nari Tur, Siman Reish Ayin Gimel Seif Dalet.
Got it.
Okay.
The tour is from when Rabbi Abba.
The Tur is 600 years ago. Okay, Kakam, you have it, Sam, look a second, Sam.
The Rosh Hashanah.
Sam, you're looking, you
He's
have
at
to
the
look all the way. Let me show you something that today, because all the
He's at the
community,
Rashi, right, Rashi 700.
But he's in the same Rashi's a thousand.
this value has, this is the regular Shulchan Aruch, but the two is in the beginning. To understand the publish it together. So look at Reish Ayin Aleph. This is the symbol we were doing.
Shabbat Yisrael Gimel.
Reish Ayin Gimel, I was wrong, yes. I was wrong. Yeah, my own personal plan. I noticed I've got too many times.
$8 from, I'd rather do that one.
Never, we'll get it set. Yeah, have it.
Okay, which book is it? Yes.
The Orach Chaim,
Okay, got it.
273, remember the key is 270. This, remember, I'm reading the 2, which is 200 years before Maran. Remember, Maran basically follows the 2. His commentary on the 2 is the base of the Shulchan Aruch. This is the rule. Every Sephardic rabbi, used to be everyone. You don't get anything to become a rabbi unless you start with the Tur Bet Yosef. Tur Bet Yosef, then you go to the Shulchan Aruch. If you really want to understand what he's saying in the Shulchan Aruch, you go here. Listen. Yachol Adam.
Rabbi Prague, could you just adjust the camera because it's hard to see? Because if you,
Yes.
please, thank you, please.
Yes. יכול אדם לקדש לאחרים, I'm reading from the Tur, אף על פי שאינו אוכל עמהם. You realize Maran copies him word by word, yes? right, דלדידהו, הווה מקום סעודה. Here is clearer, ואף אגב בברכת היין, in general, אינו יכול להוציא אחרים אם אינו נהנה עמהם. If I'm not an active taster of the wine, I cannot make Borei Pri HaGefen an ordinary day for him, yes? כיוון דהי בורא פרי הגפן הוא חובה לקידוש היום, כי קידוש היום דמי, fine. You realize, Maran copies word by word. Now go to the Bet Yosef. This is what the Bet Yosef is commentary, okay? Now, okay? Now, ומה שכתב, the next one, ומה שכתב, ואף אגב בברכת היין הוא לא יכול להוציא, פשוט, סוף פרק ראו, בית דין, I told you the Gemara in the end of Rosh Hashanah, ומי הוא, please listen good now, כתב במרדכי, פרק הרבה פסחים, לקידוש דשחרית, אינו יכול להוציא אחרים, אם הוא מתענה. If I'm not drinking, I cannot make קידוש שבת morning. Why? כיוון שאינו מברך אלא ברכת הנהנים בלבד. You know what he says?
Yeah.
He's saying Friday night's kiddush, Larry, is the main bracha. So the wine is attached to it. In the morning, all the mizmorim that you say, you can finish Tehillim 10 times. The kiddush morning is Borei Pri HaGefen. How can I make kiddush for David if I'm not drinking? So the Mordechai says in the morning you can make kiddush only if you drink from it. Barzel. But you realize the Rama says not.
I got so many other vehicles in the morning, Rabbi.
Yes.
Rabbi Prague, is there any, is the mitzvah on the morning, is that a Doraita or that's a the Rabbanan?
Banan according to 99% of the Rishonim.
Okay, so could that be one of the reasons? And let me ask you, what about making Havdalah on Saturday night? The drinking, if you make Havdalah for somebody else?
It's a good question. Well, let's continue.
The Rama says the Bet Yosef Natir.
This is why I took you to the Bet Yosef. This is first opinion in Bet Yosef. Continues the Bet Yosef. אבל רבינו ירוחם כתב בחלק א' שאף על פי שאינו מברך אלא ברכת הנהנין, even though the kiddush in the morning is only בורא פרי הגפן, כיוון דמשום דמצווה לקדש ומברך, מוציא את האחרים. This is what the Bet Yosef follows. He says, why am I making Kiddush Shabbat morning? Because the rabbis told me. So even though the text is only Borei Pri HaGefen, here, כיוון דמשום מצווה לקדש ומברך, מוציא אחרים. Listen. וכיוצא בזה כתב רבינו means the two, בסימן תפ"ד, תפ"ד is פסח. שנחלקו הפוסקים, אם לעניין אם יכול להוציא אחרים מברכת בורא פרי האדמה לטיפול ראשון. אף על פי, פסח נגיד. This is good, קדש. Everyone is washing, now you eat a potato, or whatever you eat. I went to the Maimonides to make quick seder for my wife's hand. Can I say the בורא פרי האדמה for? It's ברכת הנהנים only. It's only established to make a shinui. The kid should ask. Says the Bet Yosef, the two says that you can say Borei Pri HaAdama for other people, even though you're not eating. Why? Why is that?
It's part of the whole thing.
Exactly. He says, אף על פי שאינו תואם עמהם, לדעת הראש שיכול להוציא. וכן יראה מדברי הריף, והכי נקטין, אני said it. If you want to bleak into Bet Yosef, first he brings the opinion that says you can't. If you cannot do it Pesach night by Borei Pri Adama, you cannot do it Shabbat morning by. But then he says the Rosh and the Rif and the two tell me by Pesach you can do it, and why? Since this is part of the Seder, even though it's only Birkat HaNehemim, we look on it as Birkat HaMitzvot. Here it is.
Yeah.
This is why the Rama brings the better. ככה אנחנו עושים.
So he gave you his opinion.
זה בדיוק.
So how far do you want to go?
I don't know how.
This is why the Rama says בית יוסף.
Right.
אבל זה מאוד מעניין.
Not only the בית יוסף.
בדיוק, הוא אומר בית יוסף. Now it's בית יוסף.
והראש והטור.
בדיוק. But this is a classic example what the בית יוסף is doing.
No, but the tour.
No. If you look at Kaf Pedal, if you look at Luchot Pesach,
So
the poor in Luchot Pesach,
the mitzvah of maror on Seder.
not Maror, he's talking about
Not Maror.
Karpas. It's much bigger question. Maror, you can say definitely a mitzvah. The
Right.
only reason you read Karpas is to make shinui. It's basically Birkat HaNehemim. But it says since Lemaaseh, it was placed into the Seder as part of the Hanagot of the Chidush Gadol.
How far do you want to go with
No, but I'd
that?
like another example. What about another?
Here you have scotch. We're gonna say that that's the kiddush.
Shinui that the kid should ask.
Kiddush.
Why are we
Yes.
doing?
You don't have wine.
They're good.
You have another,
How about established
Same- the
wine?
same-
Maybe you can't
The
substitute.
same example is by a wedding or a brit milah. We said it many times. How can the rabbi say Borei Pri Hagafen for the groom and the bride? Shulchan Aruch says openly, Siman
Yeah.
Lamed Dalet.
He doesn't
Wine is
drink.
not available.
He doesn't drink.
He doesn't need. If wine is not available, you don't need the wine. Says the Pnei Yoshua.
Yeah.
So how can the rabbi say?
Yeah.
Again, if there is no wine, you'll make Asher Kedishanu anyway. The answer is, but if there is a wine, the Rishonim, the Rambam tells me, use the wine, so it becomes like a mitzvah.
Same do with the Brit Milah.
But many
Rabbi Prop?
the wedding is different. Why? Shabbat morning, if there's no wine, you have to make kiddush no matter what. By a wedding, if wine or beer is not available,
Less of
it's less.
Rabbi Prague.
Yes.
What about, let's say you're in a place on a Friday night that you don't have lechem, you don't have pot, and you don't have wine. Do you make kiddush anyway and make the bracha?
You have no. You
Beer.
cannot make b'shum ofen the bracha. You have to have in mind in arbit to be yotzei the kiddush. This is a very important question.
No,
But if you don't, you can make
Oh,
Kiddush in the morning.
There's no beer. There's no
You
wine.
know, but I'm saying, Yaakov, I'm thinking in the Holocaust, Yaakov. What did a person do Friday in the Holocaust, Yaakov?
What? The
What did
answer
the
is
person do in
wine.
the Holocaust? In the Holocaust,
So the Holocaust, they said, but you cannot say the full-fledged bracha. They said something about Shabbat. If you cannot pray, they would say any phrase that praises Shabbat. We might continue Sunday.
But if you forget, Rabbi Prime, if you forget, you could do during the day, you'd say the whole Kiddush. You say the Friday, if you didn't have in mind.
Right.
Then
Yaakov
Shabbat
said-
morning,
Yaakov said you can say Shabbat morning at full kiddush, right?
actually, it's Moshe.
and that would be Doraisa,
Yeah,
Doraisa.
because you could say it till Havdalah time.